let me ask you this. First of all, and I conducted that interview, so I take your criticism to heart. But nevertheless, if you have not spoken to him since this morning when your comments came out, you also said that if this didn't go forward, you would not vote for him again when the vote came up for Speaker, and that would be after the next election cycle, which would be in 2011, I believe. Are you concerned? You don't have a committee, is that correct? Because you're not senior enough. The chamber works on a seniority basis, right?
I actually do have a committee, and to the Speaker's credit, and just for the record, when I was first elected 6 years ago, I did not vote for the Speaker, and I told the Speaker that man-to-man, the day before he was elected Speaker, I told him what my reasons were. To his credit, 2 years ago, he appointed me chair of a subcommittee from mental health on autism. So I have a working relationship with the Speaker. I have respect for the Speaker, but when I think the Speaker is 100% dead wrong, I am going to say so, and I'm saying so right now.
Does the subcommittee include a stipend that in Albany we refer to them as Lulus?
It does not.
Okay. So are you concerned about any retaliation, or because of sometimes when people speak out against leadership in Albany on both sides of the Capitol, there's retaliation. You can't get your bills moved, or you can't get your member items, or you can't. That's how leadership manages to control the rank and file, generally speaking.
Yeah. My personal experience over the 6 years, I have not felt that was the way. I've had a professional relationship with the Speaker. He knows clearly that if I have something to say, I'm going to try to say it as professional as I can. Many times I tell him first, and then if I feel that he's not hearing me, he's not listening, he's not moving on what I'm asking for, then I do what I'm doing right now, and I'm telling the public that the Speaker is obstructing UB 2020. It's 7,000 jobs that are needed here in Western New York, and it also gives the SUNY campuses across the state. And by the way, SUNY is only 62 years old. And so when President John Simpson and Chancellor Nancy Zimpher come up with an initiative that's a game changer, that's going to be helpful for the whole SUNY higher education system, the Speaker and the majority conference should be listening, and they should be implementing what the professionals are saying.
So
they're not doing that.
What's the next move for you? I mean, you've been quite outspoken, you're rattling the cages, and I get it. And you've pretty much played your cards. What happens next for you to take it to the next level?
Well, quite frankly, in my view, the Speaker and the Majority Conference of the Assembly, of which I'm a member, will not move on UB 2020 unless they are forced into it. And so there's a few ways to force the Speaker into this. One would be that during the budget deliberations, and when we have a budget and when we have a three-way agreement, if the governor and the Senate says to the Speaker, we have a budget agreement, but it's contingent with UB 2020 to be in that budget process. That's one way. The other way is that I'm certain right now, Liz, that there are over 40 Democratic Assembly members who have signed on to the various sign-on letters to the Speaker suggesting that we need this. Plus, there are 42 Republicans in the Assembly. So if my math is right, that's over about 80 Assembly members, in my view, are for this. So if the majority is not obstructing UB 2020, allow it to a full vote and let elected Assembly members from across the state decide on an initiative like this.
Well, we shall see, Assemblyman, because that sometimes happens, but it's rare in the Assembly, although we have seen in the Senate things have been brought to the floor to die, like, say, gay marriage, which didn't happen, generally speaking, under Republican leadership. We've run out of time, but I very much appreciate you coming in to speak to us, and good luck in your push.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity, Liz. Thank you.
Take care.